Welcome to my own personal page, and if you don't know who I am, my name is Will, and I'm 50% of Casuals Corner. And if you don't know what that is my own UK MMA brand, which I run with my friend Frankie. Now, about 3 months ago, we had the fall. I was literally sitting in the shower. I wasn't sitting, I was standing, nor were we in the shower. I was in the shower. I had an idea of this concept that we could go onto YouTube, Instagram and TikTok, make videos about MMA, interview people, and it was just sort of a light bulb moment. He was very much on board and we got it cracking, and like I said, it was very much from then, it was like this light bulb moment, and it was like something just switched in my brain, and I just treated it like a full-time job. I treated it very seriously, took it very seriously, and have a very clear idea in my head of where over the next 10 years I want to take this brand, this Casuals Corner brand. And maybe it doesn't look quite the same, and maybe it doesn't have quite the same name in 10 years, but ultimately where we can take this and what direction and what the community will look like in 10 years, because that's ultimately what we want to do here. We want to build a community of MMA fans in the UK, because there's not a lot of them. The conversation's somewhat muted in this country still, and I think everyone that is a fan knows that there needs to be more buzz around it and more spotlight shone on it, not only its athletes but the sport itself, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. So I really wanted to give an insight into the brand behind that, not only a little bit more personality behind it, because sometimes it's hard to actually relate to the people in the videos because you don't know an awful lot about us. So not only did I want to bring my own sort of personal energy behind the brand, but show you what we're doing on a day-to-day, because sometimes it's the less glamorous stuff, and it's the less glamorous 20-hour days of troubleshooting stupid tech that I feel like people in very nice studios do not have, working out how to wire two controllers, two headphone ports to the same place for about 8 hours, no exaggeration. And just show you the process over the entire journey, because like I said, I do treat it as a 10-year project. I don't just see this as a 1-year thing or a 2-year thing. I'm not fussed that my subscribers haven't hit 100,000 yet. I very much know this is the long game. I very much know I've got to put that trench work in, I've got to put those hours in, I've got to put those yards in, and just put the hours in to get those 10,000 hours of mastery. And I've even got a whiteboard in my bedroom which has all my daily tasks on it, but also has a little tally board which I just write the hours next to everything, whether that's on NFTs, whether that's on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I put the hours next to everything of which I've studied, so I can get an idea of, am I doing enough? Do I need to be doing more? What's not getting enough attention? There are so many nuances into what I've already stumbled into and where I already want to take it, because I'm not content on staying too stagnant. I'm not content on making one piece of content a week and then just hoping that gets a bit of traction, then making another piece. Not at all. I want to be 100% on the ball with YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, blogs, everything, and I want to make those mistakes early. I want to iron them out. I want to get better every single time, because it's what I look to do. And when I make these videos, ultimately you'll see that I look to just get 1% better every single time I make a piece of content, every single time. Whether that's, can I make the text look a bit cleaner, a bit crisper? Can I add a bit more depth to that photo of that thumbnail? Can I make my title a bit snappier in my YouTube? Just about optimizing every piece of content, because it's a numbers game at the end of the day. It genuinely is a numbers game, and like I said, I'm happy to play the long game as well. And you get another appreciation of what it takes to actually get to the top of the game, because sometimes it's easy to sit back and have a look at these YouTubers with millions of subscribers, but there's not a lot of conversation about them back in the day when they had 0, when they were making 4 videos a day and their editing was terrible and their audio was absolutely, I was going to say whack. No idea where that's come from. I've never used that word in daily use ever, but whack. And I want to show that journey. I do want to show that journey because I love doing it ultimately. And to some people, 18-hour days sound quite long doing the same thing, or these tasks sometimes sound a little bit monotonous. but I love it, and I do love the whole process, and that's exactly what I want to bring to this channel. I want to document everything. I want to see where I was right, I want to see where I was wrong. I want people to get an inside look at what we're actually doing and where we're trying to go with it. I'm really excited at the moment on NFTs, so excited, and I want to look back at this video in 10 years time and say, was I right? Because that's definitely something I want to do. I want to build a community on this platform over the next 10 years, and I want to look to benefit my community and the people that have showed the most support to the brand over that time with a crazy NFT project that's going to benefit them. That's what I want to do in the next 10 years. Also, I want to take the interviews to really different places. I want different styles of content coming from different countries. I really want to shine a light into the quite intimate life of fighters from different countries. We've seen it. I've seen it before. Fight World's a really brilliant example. Going to different countries and having a look under a microscope at what they sort of go through. Not only doing that in the UK, but doing that in different countries. I'd love to do that in the future. And some of these things I'll never do, and potentially it'll go in a different angle. But like I said, I want to look back and see where I was right and where I was wrong. Maybe I want to have a look at having some collabs done with photographers and a clothing range potentially. Maybe 10 years down the line, a sporting clothing range which maybe looks into doing a sideline of fighting gear. The possibilities are endless. They really are. And it's no arrogance to think it's a matter of time. It's just a case of thinking, I genuinely feel like I'm going to show up, put the reps in, put the consistency in, and look to get better. It's funny because I've just finished making a video on Alex Volkanovski about how there's no secret to his success. He shows up, he works harder than anyone else, and he looks to just get better in his weaknesses. And I think that's exactly the approach I'm going to try and adopt. I don't think necessarily I have any areas where I'm glaringly incredible in my designing of thumbnails or my editing of videos, but every time I go on YouTube and I watch 5 more hours of how to get better, and little by little I just bring myself up to speed. And I'm looking forward to the next 10 years, man. I can see it so clearly. Invited to UFC events, talking to fighters around the country, getting a look into their day to day, maybe before they're a lot less known, really shining a spotlight on people who need a bit more of a platform, showing what really goes on behind the scenes of fighters at the lower level as well, to show what they actually go through as well, because it makes the upper end of the sport so much more impressive. So many different places. So I'm going to be recording, chucking content on here, on my Instagram and on my TikTok daily from now on. So if you see it, get involved. Peace.